so much more. Toyota is Australia's favourite.
You made Toyota the decade's favourite car company, and we're celebrating another #1 now with Australia's favourite deals.
More wow, more zoom, more hip, more chic, more space, more range, more value. Toyota is Australia's favourite.
Don't miss the huge celebration savings at your Toyota dealer for this month only.
Oh, what a feeling. Australia's favourite Toyota.
Hi, I'm Alan Border. How would you like to witness the ultimate test for cricket supremacy? Join me, along with Mark Taylor and David Boone, on a cricket tour to England for the Ashes in June 2001, where you can experience Australia's very best take on the old enemy England. Gulliver's has a choice of 3 fantastic tours, all hosted by former cricketing greats. Have the opportunity to cheer on our heroes at Lord's and then tour England, Ireland and Europe. For a tour brochure, call Gulliver Sports Travel on 1800 99 0001.
Hello.
You're invited to join Variety's Beverly Hills to Broadbeach Bash in August. Experience an outback motoring adventure of a lifetime. You can travel with old friends and make new ones along the way, traversing remote regions and visiting exotic destinations. At the same time, your fundraising efforts will improve the quality of care for disabled and disadvantaged children. For further information, contact the Variety Bash office on 9819 1007.
Refresh your mind with Wrigley's Eclipse Cricket Trivia. Who holds the record for the most ducks in Test cricket? Glenn McGrath, Courtney Walsh or Phil Tufnell? Eclipse Chewing Gum. Freshens your mouth, refreshes your mind.
Up the Dragons.
Whose side are you on?
With every NRL match every week, this is Fox Sports.
Right, so this little session now leading up to the close of play. 2:43 for 4. The Indians have made a good comeback. 22 overs left, so there's going to be a bit of overtime here. There's no doubt about that. Hopefully the light will hold out. But 67.1 overs bowled, and India making a bit of a comeback. It's been a good comeback, actually. It's been a good fight by them. At one stage, they really did look as if they were going to be taken to the cleaners.
The wickets fell in the middle of good bowling, as you would expect. Just putting the Australian players under a bit of pressure. It was pretty wayward for a fair bit of the first couple of sessions. And a dead ball called by the umpire, so no runs to the Australians. So they just need to get another couple of wickets this evening. If they could get at least 2 of the 3 batsmen that are able to bat War, Ponting and Gilchrist out, that would be a huge bonus for India. I'd love to see the 3 of them out.
That's nicely played by Stephen Waugh. He'll be looking for 2 here, but changes his mind. Just 1. Yes, it's not often in an Australian batting lineup you get all 4 top players getting a good start. And look at that, 42, 97, 58 and 22, without one of them kicking on and making at least 100 and even a big 100. The way Hayden was going, he looked odds on to really kick on. He was the real danger man. A couple of really good players at the crease at the moment. Although early on, Ponting can be just a little bit vulnerable to spin.
Ponting coming off twin centuries in the Board 11 match in Delhi over the last week or so. So he's come in with some good run-scoring form. Oh, right across the line, the bails are off, and he wants a replay. Ponting must have moved his foot. Ponting must have moved his foot. Mind you, Mongia does take the bails off a lot and ask the question. However, my reaction has to be that he's okay. Ponting standing at the crease, but there's no doubt a movement of the foot. A little bit of a smile there from the wicketkeeper Mongia. Let's have a look at the replay now. There we go. Let's see how he moves his foot. Forward he goes. Does he drag it? He drags it just short of the line. And off come the bails. And he looks all right. So back there. But it was just that initial little drag that created the problem. It's going to be a green light here. Right, well, that's the end of the over. 2:44 for 4. .244 for 4. Steve Waugh calling for that coveted baggy green of his. He's got shot of the crash helmet. The spinner now on Raju. So Waugh taking the chance to wear his cap. It's a little cooler for him. It's fading a bit, isn't it? That baggy green of his. He's had plenty of beer poured over it in the last 16 Test matches, I can tell you. He's made a statement about that cap. He has said that cap will stay in the Waugh family forever.
That's okay, but while he's got boys, wait till there's about a couple of great grandchildren who are girls, and might get a few free dollars for it. That might change it, but he won't be around, Steve. But I'm not sure whether he should be allowed to wear it. Actually, it's certainly not the baggy green as it should be, but what a wonderfully historic cap it is, and a man genuinely proud of the tradition of the game is Steve Waugh, and a lover of all that stuff.
Well, wouldn't they give him a new one? I mean, going to keep that one, and wouldn't they give him another one to wear that's more appropriate in terms of its colour?
Well, you would think so. They're reluctant to give out extra caps. They did give one to Ian Healy after he played 100 tests in recognition, so I'm sure that Steve Waugh has received one in recognition of some of his feats.
Down the wicket, beautifully played into the gap. That's 4. Lovely shot, using his feet superbly. Came into the shot just at the right time, and you saw his wrists there as he hit that one just wide of mid-on. Shouldn't get through there.
Nice footwork. It was the attempted fielding that was a bit ordinary at wide mid-on. Attempted to dive. That just allows somebody else to chase the ball. Against the expected turn, right to the pitch of it.
Very businesslike, isn't he, Steve Waugh, and the way he goes about all this. 14 off 36 he's got now, so quietly building his confidence. And before you know, he'll have 20. And, of course, once he's gone past 20, he becomes a serious danger. He'll be thinking in terms of 500 for the side here. 2:48 for 4.
The answer to the Wrigley's Eclipse cricket trivia question, who holds the record for the most ducks in Test cricket, is Courtney Walsh. Eclipse chewing gum. Freshens your mouth, refreshes your mind.
April on Fox Sports. Catch every try of every game every weekend. As the battle for the top 8 intensifies, we continue to bring you the best NRL clashes throughout April. Fox Sports, where the game never ends.
.248 for 4. So we've mentioned the baggy green cap. There's also just a slight change to the Australian. Look at that shirt. Now that's just a little bit different. Just a little bit of green and gold on the trim of the collar there. Looks a bit too much like a tennis shirt for me. And just because New Zealand have done it, I don't see why Australia should do it. It's not normally the way, is it, Hooksy?
I wouldn't have thought so. They followed Australia in the winning of the America's Cup. Looks like Parnovic, Jasper Parnovic, with the cap turned up. Not sure whether Jasper can play the on-drive as well.
He's got that one away fine. He was trying to get it fine too. Always a good chance of a little bit of under edge, and that's also gone for 4. So another boundary. Boy, is this a beautiful outfield. I couldn't believe it actually this morning walking onto the ground. It's really bowling green material. It's wonderful.
Fantastic. And I think for our viewers in Australia, in particular, like the Adelaide Oval style outfield, and very quick. It may look lush on your television sets, and it certainly is lovely to walk across, but gee, the ball travels across it very quickly.
Down the wicket he goes, tries to whip it away, doesn't quite get onto it. There are 1 or 2 spinners around the world who think that Ponting is a bit of a candidate for a caught and bowled. Every now and again he works across it. Not so much, I think, with the off spinner, but more so with the left arm orthodox spinner. Anything that's straightening up a little bit. Strike now, Ponting. Straight back to Harbhajan Singh. Well bowled. Just a little bit of curve in that one. It's a much better line. To the offside again, and nicely fielded that time. That's the end of the over. 252 for 4. Steve Waugh now into a situation where I think he'd probably be thinking of trying to maintain this run rate, which has been wonderfully set up by the batsmen that have gone before. Always been at over 3.5 runs and over. Just beginning to fall a little bit now. These two obviously haven't been there for that long. A couple of new batsmen out there. So they'll be looking to play themselves in. If they do get another wicket, of course, Gilchrist strides to the crease. And when he comes out, he either gets out or the run rate will go up.
Sometimes Steve Waugh, early in his innings, more so against the faster bowlers and the 2 finger spinners, but he does drive at the line of the ball and not always the length. The spinners need to get him driving, and hopefully he drives at the wrong ball. Very neat as a left-arm spinner not to bowl at middle and leg to Steve Waugh, because he early in his innings will just block it like he's been doing this over. You need to get it on just towards off stump and trying to get him to drive through the offside, and just a little bit shorter than normal. Not the half volley, of course, and not the rank short ball, but the one that's just a bit shorter than normal. And Steve Waugh sometimes just drives at it because it's the right line, and it may not necessarily be the right length.
Well, that's well bowled. Maiden, a few of those help the cause. 252 for 4. Ricky Ponting continuing, aged at the age of 18 years and 84 days. He became the youngest Australian, Ricky Ponting, to score hundreds in each innings of a first-class match. He made 107 and 100 not out against Western Australia. He's from a very proud sporting family.
Oh, big appeal. Yes, got him. Out LBW. Ricky Ponting. Out LBW. Habashan Singh. He's making a big comeback here. Ricky Ponting was playing all around that one. The bat didn't come through straight. And I think Habashan may have just given a little bit of speed. Just watch this. See if it was out plumb. I think it probably was. Watch him go back here. Yes, it hits you. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Ricky Ponting, I think he probably knew. Up goes the finger. The end of Ponting. Happy birthday, Habashan. Ponting for 6. 252 for 5.
Next weekend on Fox Sports, Australia's tour of India continues as the third test match gets underway. You'll see every ball of every over live and exclusive. The footy season is in full swing with total coverage of all the Super 12 and NRL action over the weekend, including a 7-hour football marathon on Fox Sports Central Live. And the US PGA Tour heads to Florida for live coverage of the Bay Hill Invitational. That's next weekend on Fox Sports.
Introducing the great taste of the South with McDonald's crispy chicken wing pieces. 3 crispy, succulent chicken wing pieces with a mild, spicy coating. So try the delicious Southern-style taste here in the great Southern land.
Virtual Dolby Surround with Megatron flat screen and 100 Hz technology. The new Exentia, naturally from Grundig.
Gilchrist is at the crease. The whole of Eden Gardens knows he's there, except those 10 blokes there who are still celebrating, but everyone else knows the danger that is Gilchrist. I think it's probably fair to say he's one of the most entertaining batsmen, if not the most entertaining batsman in world cricket today. If he gets going, he's dynamite. He's on strike now. Oh, he's got him! Fast ball, has he got? Yes, he's got him! He has got him! Adam Gilchrist is out first ball. The crowd here are on their feet. This is unbelievable. Australia have gone from a wonderful position. This is Ponting's dismissal. Out LBW at the Habashan Singh. Absolutely plumb. I'm not too sure that Adam Gilchrist was that plumb. But the umpire took a little bit longer. Let's have a look at it now. In comes Habashan. It pitches. Does it pitch on middle and leg? Oh, he hit it. Did he hit it? We'll need to see that from another angle. Well, all the Indians here are interested in is that he's gone.
Pretty hard for an Australian to get a man out, LBW, but it certainly would have hit the stumps. It's whether it hit the pad first and the bat or a little inside edge. It just came back. It didn't go across the stumps. Pitched on line, just held its line, and did he jam it into the pads?
Yes, that's the way I read it, David. I think it came back a long way. We'd really need to see it again very slow. I think it's written all over his face. 252 for 6. Well, this crowd here have come to see some action. They didn't get much of it from their point of view this morning. They got it this afternoon. India are back in the game. There's no doubt about that. Shane Warner's the new batsman. And boy, he'll know there's a crowd here today. They went up as one. That Indian flag, oh, they were still taking it up and down for the Ponting dismissal. They have not stopped yet. Well, I've got to say, I thought that he jabbed it down into his pad. I think everything else was okay. Those blokes have run out of puff. They've been up and down the stand celebrating, and the noise here is just quite unbelievable. Right, now then, imagine the roar if they get Shane Warne out. And what's more, it'll be a hat-trick. Can Harbhajan Singh, who now has 4 for 58, take a hat-trick here? There's a silly point in position. There's a forward short leg in position. There's a leg gully there too. There's a slip. No Indian bowler has ever taken a test hat-trick. Here we go. Can he do it? Oh! It's got him! Has he got him? Has he got him? He's going over to the square leg. The celebration's on. Is he the first ever? He wants a replay. He wants a replay. Well, is this history being made here? Shane Warne hasn't moved an inch. Steve Waugh's still shaking his head. Well, they look cool, they look calm, but I've got to tell you, the Indians are celebrating.
Well, I tell you what, 80,000 people have given him out, and the umpire was unsure. He gave Ponting out very quickly. He thought for a millisecond to give out Gilchrist, and on the third one he's gone for the replay, and Warne, was it a full toss? Well, you can't see whether the ball bounced first. Very good catch. Now, did it go into the ground, or was it a full toss onto the bat, into the hand?
Well, we need another angle. The catch is clean, no doubt about that. We need another angle. We don't need the line. Yeah, he's given him. He's given him. He's given him. He's given him. Well, I've got to say, I don't understand how he gives him on that one. That's a mystery to me. I want to see another angle on that. I think the third umpire's jumped the gun. Mind you, it's worth seeing the reaction. Let's have a look. This will show us. Does it hit the bat and then go straight up, or is it the bump ball? Now, here, this will tell us for sure. Here she goes. Well, it's out. No, I think it's gone down. However, it's out of picture. We need another one. This will tell us.
Well, I'm unsure as how the third umpire made the decision without seeing this replay. And he looked there that it didn't come flush off the bat. What a fabulous catch, though. And the fielder knew that it was caught cleanly. Harbhajan Singh went straight up. And did he jam it into the ground, or did it come flush off the bat?
Well, I've got it out, Hooksy. I reckon I've got it out, boy, but don't let's overlook the catch. That was the most unbelievable catch that one could ever see off the face of the bat. I saw Eki Saka take some good catches. That's as good as I've ever seen. I think that he just got it. Let's see this now really slowly. Just watch this. Just, I think, off just before it hit the ground. Up she goes. Well, even that one, it's very close to the ground. But watch the catch. Just watch this. Stays down, goes to his right. Absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Well, the first Indian ever to take a hat-trick in Test match cricket. He now has 5 for 58. And at one stage we thought that he'd be lucky to get back on in this innings. Harbhajan Singh, take a bow.
Well, the reaction of the crowd was worth coming all this way to see, because they'd given out Shane Warne. Still unsure as to whether any one of those are definitive. Certainly the first one that the third umpire gave him out on was an unusual decision, because there was no way that the third umpire could tell, because the ball hitting the bat was clouded by the batsman's leg. So what an over. First time in the history of the game an Indian has taken a test hat-trick, and it has dragged India back into this game. Australia 252 for 7. 252 for 7. Australia winning the toss this morning and batting. At one stage, Australia was 193 for 1. And we're just motoring along. And suddenly the game has turned around. 193 for 1. Hayden was out first over after afternoon tea. And from that moment, it's been carnage. And it's gone for 4. Well, some bit of tension relief there for Australia. But Steve Orr now can only bat with the tail.
Right, well, we've got an interesting set of circumstances here in respect of that catch. I think probably, having seen 1 or 2 dismissals referred to umpires, certainly bump ball type dismissals, I'm not too sure that the umpires haven't agreed that they aren't allowed to refer whether or not the ball hit the ground, whether it's a bump ball. They can only ask whether the fieldsman caught it. Now, that being the case, that was the reason the television umpire said, yes, it's out. The minute he saw that first replay, not that, the minute he saw the catch taken, that was all he had to adjudicate on this. Did the catch get taken? And the answer is yes, and therefore he gave him. Into the ground, back to the bowler.
Well, if that's the case, the third umpire made the absolute right decision. This was the replay that he gave his decision on. Can't see whether the ball hit the bat or ball hit the ground. And because the light went up so quickly, I think, Griggy, you made the spot-on correct assessment. Was the ball caught cleanly? And yes, it was.
Well, what a change around. 256 for 7. What a catch too. Unbelievable. At the end of the over, it's 256 for 7. .56 for 7. We need to see the history that is made here, the hat-trick. Let's have a look at it quickly. 3 wickets. First of all, Ponting. At LBW, absolutely plumb. That was the end of Ponting. In came Gilchrist. Was Gilchrist unlucky? Here we are. Did he jab it down onto his leg? He didn't like it. Up goes the finger. That's the second one. And then this one. Warren flicking away on the onside. Brilliantly caught. Well, incredible scenes. Absolutely incredible. Any of you watching this telecast around the world, if ever you get a chance to come and watch cricket at Eden Gardens here in Calcutta, do it. Just do it. It is unbelievable. And when you get a bit of action like that, well, the hair on the back of one's neck stands up.
And that gets Cashbridge off the mark. I think what has been lost is Ramesh's magnificent catch at short leg. And at normal speed, you'll get an idea as to where the ball has travelled and how quickly. And it may well have actually gone past him before he actually caught it. And it's gone so quickly, and what a catch. That is a world-class catch to get a hat-trick. So now Cashbridge is on strike. made some runs on this tour, Kasprich. 92, 25 not out, 35 and 32 not out. So he's made some runs.
Well, Australia must be just wondering how it is that this game has turned around so fast. Wicket, wicket, wicket. Kasparovich just pushing away on the offside. 258 for 7. So there it is, 258 for 7. The score at the moment, War on 18, Kasparovich is on 2. And, well, we've seen some scenes here. There's no doubt about that. And to tell you more about it now, Ian Chappell is going to be joined with Sanjay Mandraker.
Thanks, Tony. Well, the umpires have been in the thick of things in the last few minutes, but all credit to Harbhajan Singh. I think today might have been the day that he's worked out how to bowl in Test match cricket, and it couldn't have come at a better time for India because they were facing what looked to be a huge score. Now they've got the chance of restricting Australia, and everybody who's played here a bit tells me that day 2 and day 3 are terrific days for batting at Eden Gardens. So if they can restrict Australia, then they have the opportunity to get right back into this Test match if they bat well.
The last session that I had on air, Harbhajan Singh had picked up the wicket of Matthew Hayden, and we were all talking about how crucial it was for him to capitalize on that first wicket that he got in the innings, because really the time was ticking by for Harbhajan Singh. Everybody knows he has the talent, but the pressure was building on the young man to deliver. And what a day he has chosen to do just that. A hat-trick for the young man, Harbhajan Singh. And oh boy, what a session this has been. A complete turnaround. Just what the Indians wanted to lift their spirits in this series.
I think Sourav Ganguly should take a bit of credit too, because I think what he's done is said to his players, when Australia got away to a good start, all right, we've got to have a plan in mind and we've got to keep bowling with a plan in mind. And he worked himself as a bowler to tie the Australians down. He could easily have had a wicket, except that there was a no ball involved. But I think what he's done is encourage his bowlers to have a plan and to stick to that plan. And the encouraging thing for India is that his two most inexperienced bowlers, Zahir and Harbhajan, have done the job. It's 259 for 7. Australia 259 for 7. Been a dramatic change in this game. Once again, the appeal goes up. The umpire Bansal indicates that batsman might have flicked it first with the bat.
He's very certain with his decisions, SK Bansal, whether it's yes or no. Especially when it's yes, it comes very quickly, that finger. Could have missed the leg stump as well.
In fact, that may have even been his signal that it was going to miss leg stump either way. It certainly wasn't out.
Samir Bandekar, the third umpire, was under pressure for a while, making that important decision. When Harbhajan Singh was on hat-trick, and what happened on the field was referred to the third umpire because the umpires on the field were in doubt whether that catch was taken. And there were two things for the umpires to see: whether the catch was taken cleanly by the fielder, and in the first place, was it a catch? So as a third umpire, Ian, he really doesn't know which question is being asked, whether it was a clean catch taken or whether it was a catch in the first place or whether it was hit one bounce. So he was really not in the best position there while making a decision, but eventually, as we looked at all the replays, I think he made the right decision on both counts, although he must have concentrated more on that catch being taken cleanly by Sadgopan Ramesh. But I think that's where some of the rules have to get a little more clear. Bit of ambiguity there as far as the rules are concerned.
Oh, well ball, Baji.
Unbelievable catch by Ramesh. In later years, I think Harbhajan should buy him some sort of a present because he helped enormously to get that hat-trick. That's an unbelievable catch, that close to the bat. Australia 259 for 7. Well, good move here by Sourav Ganguly. Kaspovic has been in quite good form with the bat on this tour. But Zahir Khan, I think, give him the opportunity to bowl at Kaspovic before he's really got a sighter. He's got that very good Yorker, which might just go through the tail ender. And he does tend to swing the old ball a little bit. I think this is a good move by Ganguly. Where I thought Ganguly had a fairly ordinary game as captain in Mumbai, I think he's having a very good day here in front of his home crowd.
Well, I think I would have continued with Venkatpati Raju purely because both batsmen were put under shackles by that combination of Raju and Harbhajan Singh. Zahir Khan has that good Yorker, has a chance of picking up a wicket, but with a risk of the shackle being broken very quickly. Still about 13.5 overs left. I may have continued for maybe another couple of overs of Venkatpati Raju and then gone to Zahir Khan, because his really role has been of a support bowler, and he was playing that role to perfection with Harbhajan Singh picking up wickets from the other end. Maybe just could have waited a while, perhaps. We'll know if the move works. It's a great move.
Well, I think the point being that with Zahir Khan bowling, he might get either batsman out because he's a chance to get Steve Waugh. Steve Waugh is prone to nicking the ball outside off stump. And it's worth 2 or 3 overs to find out, okay, if Australia get a few runs, well, then you can always go back to Venkatapati Raju and you can be fairly sure that he'll keep things reasonably tidy. But I think Ganguly's gone the right way here. And the good thing was that Zahir Khan was marching up from his position. He was delighted to get the call from the captain. That's one of the things I like about this young man. He wants the ball.
The captain has just got to stay away from the bowler. He's taken the ball from Zahir Khan. And I get the feeling Zahir Khan may just have a niggle somewhere. And yes, seems like he's pulled his hammy, Zahir Khan. Thought when he bowled that second delivery of the over, a very ginger run to the wicket it was. That smile on the face is still there, but I think a few worries for India. They've just pulled a muscle. And Ganguly has taken him off immediately so that he doesn't do further damage. And has brought himself on. It's been an interesting session. So much has happened in the last 1 hour or so. Good test match cricket. Sarandeep Singh, the substitute fielder, comes in.
You're quite right. A lot of things have happened, and I think because Ganguly has been prepared not to just sit back and say, well, we'll just try and tie Australia down because they've got away to a good start and it's a good pitch. He's kept plugging away with a plan in mind, trying to get wickets, and Harbhajan has certainly done that for him. But it has been very good test match cricket.
But there you are, Ian. Zahir Khan taken off after 1 over by injury. 259 for 7.
Well, the field is pushed back for Steve Waugh. You've got a long off, long on, deep mid-wicket, and a backward square leg on the fence. And then you've got a slip and a bat pad. So a couple of men in catching position and 4 in the deep. Not a bad field, really, because you're still giving the bowler a chance of getting Steve Waugh out. And you're saying to the Australian captain, well, if you want to take the risk and try and hit a boundary on the onside, it's going to be tough for you and you might get out.
This is a field that is very commonly employed at the domestic level. A lot of good batsmen against spinners we have at the Ranji Trophy level. So you see very frequently that you have attacking positions as in catching positions, the slip, gully, silly point, short leg, and then you have also a long on, a deep mid-wicket to certain batsmen. A very common field placement that Saurav Ganguly is employed for Steve Waugh, a field that's employed quite often at the domestic level. 4 men around the bat to Kasparovich.
Well, he's gone for the big heave over mid-wicket. Might have just flicked the leg. There was an appeal. And the umpire says leg buys.
The Australians have looked to play attacking cricket, but most shots have not come off today. hitting the thigh and would have missed the off stump by quite a bit. But still a risky shot by Mike Kasparovich. There was a choice to be made for the Australian. Steve O agreed that it was a difficult choice between Fleming and Kasparovich. It will come in handy now. Kasparovich, a better batsman, or a batsman who's got more runs than Fleming on this trip.
Could have got a second, but Steve Waugh had eased up a little. It's 265 for 7.
Introducing the great taste of the South with McDonald's crispy chicken wing pieces. 3 crispy, succulent chicken wing pieces with a mild spicy coating. So try the delicious Southern style taste here in the great Southern land.
Australians love us, Kelvinator. Australians love us, Kelvinator. Australians love us, Kelvinator. The great Australian fridge.
Ganguly to continue. The news from the dressing room is that it's a mild cramp Zahir Khan has suffered, and he should be back out on the field shortly. One thing Ganguly has done, which I don't agree with, he's put the man back at square leg. That's going to give Kasparovich an easy single if he pushes the ball away on the onside. That's what they don't want early in the over. I think they should be quite happy if Kasparovich is trying to loft the ball over the onside. Gives them a chance of getting a wicket. I think that man should be up to save the single.
He's kept himself on, Saurav Ganguly. Just hoping that Zahir Khan comes back quickly to take over proceedings. Otherwise, you would have expected the left-arm spinner Raju to continue the attack from the pavilion end. Interesting batting stance that of Kasparovich.
It was across a long way there. The ball's flicked the pad. And in fact, it must have touched the bat as well, because umpire Willie has deemed it hits.
Whatever it may be, but I think the captain is not happy because of the effort of the wicketkeeper here. Seemed like leg by, but went pretty close to Nayan Mongia, who was busy appealing, whereas I think his primary job was to stop the ball. They're not interested at all. The captain not too happy, and rightly so.
Looked pretty cool and comfortable out there, Michael Kasparovich. Hasn't really been troubled at all. Despite coming in after a hat-trick, he's handled the spinners with reasonable ease. Just been told by the umpire that that's the second bouncer of the over. I think Kasparovich would be disappointed that he can't bowl anymore at that pace. Although Ganguly has been shrewd enough to bang them in very short and make them high bouncers. Big shout this time, and he's got his man. Kasparovich is gone. That front foot was a long way across. So Ganguly's got the breakthrough.
Tremendous bowling by the Indian captain. This is a straight delivery, bit of seam coming in. He's really straight in the air, Saurav Ganguly. Just that little bit of movement off the pitch. Enough to hit the pads. And there was no doubt in the umpire's mind where that ball was going. 269 for 8.
It's not turning out to be the year of the Tiger on the US PGA Tour. It's time for some competition.
That's what we're talking about.
And they're aiming high for the Honda Classic in Florida.
Beautiful stroke.
Catch all the action from the Honda Classic live and exclusive. Then following on, it's the Welsh's Circle K Championship on the US LPGA Tour. Golf Lovers Heaven. The US doubleheader continues tomorrow morning at 7 on Fox Sports. Next weekend, the English Premier League.
Absolutely magnificent. Simply brilliant. That is top quality. Inspiration.
The English Premier League kicks off with the Sunday morning match live at 2 on Fox Sports 2. Monday morning, Aston Villa face a tough home test as second-placed Arsenal descend on Villa Park live on Fox Sports. Next weekend, the Sunday morning match and Aston Villa versus Arsenal only on Fox Sports.
Jason Gillespie is at the non-strikers end. It's been an amazing session. 7 for 76, including a hat-trick for Harbhajan. And the captain has played very much a good role in this session. His captaincy has been good, and he's got a wicket.
Yes, and he's shown a lot of spirit, and I dare say courage, Saurav Ganguly. Bounced the fast bowler Mike Kasparov twice in the over, and then pitched one up, hitting the deck. It was so slight movement of the pitch, and playing across that delivery was Mike Kasparov. But I think those exploits there you saw of Saurav Ganguly, something to be proud of for the Indian players, to see that in a leader. All of a sudden, see a very spirited man out there making things happen. Things have happened for India. 269 for 8.
You see there Jason Gillespie having to shout, and in the end I think point to middle stump. There's a lot of noise. The crowd, well, they haven't been subdued at any point during the day. Perhaps a bit quieter on a few occasions. But boy, they came to life in that over when Harbhajan got the hat-trick, and they've been bubbling ever since.
And amidst all the ruins is Steve Waugh at the non-strikers end, ever so cool. So we'll have to see another Steve Waugh special, something that he does so often at the test level. Spinners right on top.
270 for 8. Well, that's the short story of what has been a very interesting day's cricket. Australia well and truly on top at 1 for 193. Now India right back in the game. Steve Waugh being offered the easy single, and as always he takes it. Quite happy to take it first ball of the over. Played with a man who was very good at batting with the tail. He was also prepared to give the tail enders a bit of the strike. Doug Walters was excellent player in that situation, but I must say that Walters was more inclined to look for twos when they pushed the field right back. Walters, an excellent runner between wickets, would try and work the ball into the deep and then charge for the 2 runs early in the over, and then he might be halfway through the over prepared to let the tail ender have a single, but he was extremely good at working those twos early in the over.
This got a bit of a caution from the umpire. Saurav Ganguly tends to get close to the wickets at the time of delivery, runs on the danger area sometimes.
No ball is the call. He's already had a wicket denied him because of a no ball. Once again, he's getting into that danger area, although I don't think Peter Willey will be too concerned about it, because the one team that it's going to harm really is India.
It's been a bit of an unusual approach by Saurav Ganguly. Clearly a no ball again. Is this bouncing at the fast bowlers? I haven't seen him do that for a while.
Shouts of catch it, and may have well have been an inside edge, but he's got that strange position of a man out deep backward square leg. I've got no idea why.
Well, he's looking to bowl at least 2 bounces in an over to serve a dual purpose, one to keep the batsman on strike, and the other as well to keep the batsman in doubt at all times. Thick inside edge, and Saurav Ganguly nearly went to catch that one. Just goes to show the kind of spirit that they're out there at the moment with the Indians. The tail is really up. 273 for 8. Normally the last session where you would see heavy feet and fielders dragging their feet around the outfield. A lot of spring in their feet at the moment, the Indian fielders. The captain leading by example.
Now he calls the fielders up to try and keep Steve Waugh at the high court end and give Harbhajan a chance at the bowler, Jason Gillespie. Ganguly's already produced 2 bounces in this over, one to the quickie, Jason Gillespie, although that may not have